morning, friends. Welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 16. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats, Dixie and Daisy, and I love to crochet. And you can find all that crochet goodness on Instagram and Ravelry. You can find me as LoriLulu327. You can also email me at lorilulu327@gmail.com. That's the best way to get a hold of me. And I do have a Ravelry group for this podcast. It is Lori Lulu Crochet, but there will be a link down below. Don't worry, it's easy click away. So I just want to welcome any new viewers, any new subscribers, and my old friends. Hello again, I'm glad to see you. We have a lot to talk about today. It's going to be a different podcast. I only have one finished object. I'm not even going to talk about makes in progress because we have to talk about the yarn crawl and Stitches Midwest, which, yeah, tons of fun. But first we'll talk about the elephant in the room. Yeah. I chopped my hair off. I was ready for a change, let me tell you. I just needed something different. And it's a little shorter than I wanted, but it's hair. It'll grow back, right? The main thing that bothers me though is I can't tuck it behind my ear. It's too short for that. So bobby pins and headbands are my favorite things right now. And let me just say, with this short hair, I have some epic bedhead in the mornings. But anyway, one thing that I did want to talk about, admin stuff that we need to talk about. Today is actually Tuesday, August 6th, which means it's my birthday. And I keep seeing messages pop up. So if I'm looking over this way, it's because people are messaging me today. Imagine that. Anyway, so because it's my birthday month, I decided to do a make-along. It's the Inspiring Women make-along. You can do crochet, knit, sew, spin, cross stitch, whatever you want, as long as you can tie it to some woman who really inspires you. And I encourage you to go to the chatter thread and our group, on my podcast group and Ravelry group. There's a link to that down below. Go to the chatter thread. There's some really interesting women that are inspiring that we're all working on. Also, there's a hashtag, Inspiring Women MAL. I've already started a finished objects thread, because I know some of you work really fast. So I will be drawing prizes from the chatter thread and from the finished objects thread. If you use one of my patterns, there's the Persuasion shawl, which is Jane Austen. There's the Petite Curie shawl, which is Marie Curie. And then I just published the Supreme Court shawl, which is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So if you use any of those patterns for this make-along, you can actually enter it in twice into the chatter thread and twice into the finished objects thread. So double your chances of winning. Okay? So that's pretty much it for admin birthday stuff. I actually have to leave here in a bit to a neighbor invited all the ladies in the neighborhood over for coffee. And I wasn't really gonna go. I usually like to take my birthday off of work, but I was like, you know what, I don't need to this year. But then when I got that invitation, I was like, yeah, I think I'll take my birthday off and go meet the ladies from the neighborhood, have coffee, all that. So I'm gonna get this done real quick. I'll be back with more stuff, don't worry, okay? So, finished objects. As you can see, I'm wearing it. Ta-da! This is my summertime tee, although it's a bit warm for summertime right now. Whew, this Acrylic is really getting to me. Anyway, so the Summertime Tea, the pattern is by Toni Lipsey. Link down below. The yarn that I used is Yarn Bee Luxe Lolly in the colorway Count on Coconut. So you can see the lovely striping colors. I just love how it changes, how it fades. It's just really pretty how it all worked together. This is one of my entries into the Summer Romance Crochet Along. That is being hosted by Claudia from Crochet Luna and Clarissa Beth from Crochet Cakes. This year the theme was Opposites Attract, and this one represents Rapunzel and Eugene from Tangled. So, last time I had the back done, and I had just a little bit of the front done. So I can show you, it's quite long. Let's see. I scoot back here. I still can't see it. We'll scoot all the way back. Okay, so my hips are here, and I still have 6 inches. So it's almost like a dress, because I just kept going. But anyway, and it's real loose, and I love how it's really drapey fabric. The way the yarn worked out great. So that's it for finished objects. It's the only one I've gotten. Works in progress, or makes in progress. I don't even have them with me, so we'll talk about those another time. So I'm actually gonna go get ready to go to coffee, and I'll see you later, okay? Okay, so I totally misread the clock. But I needed to also get out of that sweater. It's quite warm. Even though it's supposed to be a summertime tea, the acrylic really holds in the heat. Anyway, so shall we get on with the rest of the good stuff? Yeah. So I wanted to talk about the yarn crawl and Stitches Midwest, which I just speechless. But before, I wanted to do a little disclaimer. So I was on a very tight yarn budget for this, for the yarn crawl and Stitches Midwest, because my husband and I have booked a cruise. And so to any vendors who are watching, if I looked at your yarn, it's not, and I didn't buy it, it's not because I didn't want it, it's because it's like yarn cruise. Yeah, I think I want the cruise more than yarn. But anyway, it was a very tough decision, let me tell you. So, let's see, we'll start with, we'll start with the yarn crawl. But pretty much, since I was on a tight budget, I was like, okay, I have certain things that I'm looking for. Mostly because I want to do the Waru shawl, which is a pattern by Addie Day Designs. Gorgeous shawl. And I bought this. Of course, I've unwound it and wound it back up, so it's not as pretty as it used to be. But look at these colors. Oh my goodness. So I wanted to do colors that would go with this for my Waru shawl. Actually, one take a look. Yeah, so you can see all of these gorgeous colors. Love it. So for the yarn crawl, let's see, how many stores did I go to? Oh yeah, I only went to one. I just ended up going to my local yarn shop, which is a 1.5 miles that way, and it is called Llama Llama Ding Dong, and you have to move your head every time you say it. So I had all these plans to go to all these other stores, but it's like, you know what, I'll just go there. I went not this last Sunday, but the Sunday before, because they had a trunk show with Adelaide Fiber Company. And so they actually had the dyer there. And so I got to meet Janice. Hi, Janice. And talk with her and learn all about her company and, you know, why she decided to start this. I did notice like all her bases, like her yarn bases, were named differently. I mean, everybody names them weird, you know, whatever they want to. It's not a given. But they were women's names, and so I asked her, why is that? And she's like, oh, because I love strong women of history. Inspiring women. Yeah, that's right up my alley. But yes, and just looking at all her beautiful colors, I'll link to her down below, to her Etsy shop. I think it's still closed because of the trunk show, but if you just follow her, if you favorite her, you'll keep, you know, or you can get an email for when she's open again. But of course, I had to buy something from her because I was talking with her and, you know, she had some gorgeous stuff. So again, I was looking for colors that would go with this loveliness. This is ND Yarns. I don't think I told you that. And this is the colorway Extrovert, which I am not an extrovert. I'm very much an introvert. But anyway, so to go with that, I got this. Oh, it's gorgeous. So here's her label. Adelaide Fiber Company. She's got knitting needles hanging out. Yep. So I got her Victoria fingering weight. Victoria, obviously Queen Victoria. Very inspiring woman. So it is a 4-ply, 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. 100 grams, I get 437 yards. And this is in the colorway Birthday Cake. Is it gonna focus? So I figured, awesome, perfect, it works because it's my birthday. Birthday cake. And plus, I think that goes so well together. But don't worry, I have more coming. Yeah. So because of the yarn crawl and because my local yarn shop was participating in it, they created special pins. Here is this tiny one that's supposed to go on. It's their logo. Am I gonna get to focus? Not really. So yeah, these are Yax and Rue, which are the owners. This was to go on the tote for the Chicago Yarn Crawl. But then they had a special one made. Actually, here you can see their actual logo better. But they had special enamel pins made that are specific to Chicago. So this one, I had to have this one. If you are at all in, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, if you know anything about Chicago foods, you know deep dish pizza, and you know Chicago style hot dogs. So they had a Chicago yarn dog enamel pin made. Oh my gosh, I loved it. So you have different yarn. I think you have stitch markers in there. You have measuring tape, and I think these red things, which are supposed to represent the tomatoes, I think those are the bobbins for when you spin. That's my guess. Let me know, Yax Rue, if that's what those are supposed to be. But yeah, a Chicago style hot dog has just about everything on it except ketchup. Don't put ketchup on a hot dog. That's all I gotta say about that. So yes, this I will be wearing with pride. I think I'm going to put on my jean jacket, wear it all the time on my jean jacket. Anyway, so that's it for the yarn crawl, because like I said, I only went to one store. I had every intention of going to others, just didn't have the time. So that brings me to Stitches Midwest. which is a yarn convention. It's held in Chambord, which is about 45 minutes from here, so it wasn't too far for me to get to. It's just huge convention center, and it is packed full with indie dyers. Webbs is there usually. Other big companies, they have booths usually. I know, is it Stephen B? Is that his name? He's a knitter, really popular. I don't really follow him because I'm a crocheter. So, anyway, he was there. Brooklyn Boy Knits was there. I saw him walk around, but he was always talking with somebody, so being the shy introvert I am, I was like, yeah, you know. Anyway, he had a really awesome TED Talk. I'll link that down below, too. It's about 7 minutes, so it's not very long. I really liked it. But I had every intention of taking videos, taking lots of pictures. Yeah, that didn't happen because I was distracted by the yarn. Or, as I should say, yarn! Anyway. So, when I got there, it was about 10 o'clock. Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. Hi, Rose! She wanted to meet up at 11, so I was like, okay. So I got there early. I kind of did a walk around. Went and talked with some of my favorite dyers, not designers, dyers. Well, some of them are designers. So I got to meet Sam from Bumblebee Acres Farms. I did get a picture with her. I think she's the only other one I got a picture with, like, other than Rose. But anyway. Lori, what can I say? So, well, you know, so I just kind of did a walk around, went looking around, you know, kind of trying to looking at everybody's pinks because of, you know, my tight budget and needing pinks for a shawl. But the one thing that every time I go, this is my 4th year going, I go make a beeline for Erin Lane Bags. She runs the stitch marker swap. So you get, got this a few years ago. I take it with me every year. You get this lovely badge, pin, stitch marker, Sammy. So you can, and then you pin it on. So as you're walking around, people see this button, they know, oh, you're doing the stitch marker swap. And then she also makes a map of the convention. And all these stars are vendors who are participating, which the vendors usually have their logos or whatever on it. They have something special, and so you know who that is. So it's like I did a walk around real quick. I went and got my map. I got my button. Well, I already had it with me, but I just wanted to make sure she was still doing the stitch marker swap. And then I went outside and met Rose and 2 of her viewers, Lydia and Julie. Hi, ladies. So yeah, we met up, and then we were like, well, we just want to go shopping, so let's go shopping, and we'll meet up again at like 12:30 for lunch. Awesome. Works. So pretty much what I did is I went through the map, and I just went up and down each aisle and found the vendors that were doing the swaps, the stitch marker swap. So I won't show you them all. I have a big bag of them. There were a few that I really liked that I wanted to show you. Although a lot of them do knitting stitch markers, which is okay. I can fix them. I have the stuff to make them suitable for me. But this is Erin Lane Bags, hers. I'm gonna focus. She does a different design every year. So she has this little sheep. It's called a sheeple. Last year's the sheeple was eating a deep dish pizza, which I love that. This one is, she's working on she's sewing, and it looks like she's saying a cuss word because something's going wrong with the sewing machine. Let's see, what's the name of it? It's Unigani. I'm probably saying this awful. Unigany Yarns, they had their logo on one. It's a little sheet knitting. And again, link down below. You can actually go to their website and see the actual logo. See, Queenie Yarns, you could pick. She had a whole bunch. It's not Queenie Yarns, it's Queenie Crochet. So she made hers like a progress keeper, but you could also use it as like a knitting stitch marker. And it's got that nice big ring on there. But I got her peacock. I thought that was really cute. And then there were a couple others. Again, like there's a whole bunch that I saw. But there were a couple of the vendors, they were like, oh yeah, you have a bowl over here. Drop one in, take one. So it wasn't like their logo. It wasn't ones that they had made. It was just whatever other people were leaving. And I was like, that's not quite what they had in mind. But I got this lovely Wonder Woman out of that. And my favorite, I got a llama. Isn't he cute? Yeah, sitting in that bin. I'm like, I'm taking that one. Some of them, some of the vendors, they had their business cards with the stitch marker on it. So you have Malahalos. I'm sorry, my Spanish is horrible. It's a jewelry design. They have rings that have knitting needle sizes. I'm butchering this horribly. Stunning strings. They had theirs. Northern Bee Studio. They have the same one every year. So I don't know how many bees I have. Mode Knit Yarn. There's theirs. TH Fiberworks. There's their business card with their stitch marker on the back as a turtle. And then this one, Birdie Parker Designs. She does fiber arts inspired jewelry for yarn lovers. And so here's her card. You can see she has these earrings and they look like it's metal stamped. And it looks like knitwear. And so is the stitch marker. I don't know if you can even see that. Refocusing it all. But it was so funny because when I was exchanging with her, there was another lady there and we were, doing a triangle swap. And she was like, I love coming to Stitches Midwest. She's like, you ladies always have the best stitch markers. They're more colorful, more creative, all that, than any other place I go. And the other lady was like, it's because we're in the Midwest and we have horrible winters and we have nothing else to do. I was like, okay, yeah, that's true. But I thought, attaching it to a book, business card is a good idea. And it's like, oh, I should have a business card. So that leads me, if you like to draw, doodle, all that, if you want to email me, lorilulu327@gmail.com and help me come up with a logo so I can make business cards for next year, that'd be great. The only other one I wanted to talk about, as far as stitch markers go, is Project Lydia. They are, it's not really a charity, it's a fair trade federation. So these ladies, they go to Uganda, which is in Africa, and they go to the ladies in the village and they help them learn how to sew, learn how to do basket weaving, all kinds of stuff. And then they do chapstick, lotions, all that. And so it's a way for these ladies to learn a trade so they can take care of their families. But they did participate in the stitch marker swap. Instead of a stitch marker, you could pick a bracelet, which I've gotten one of these before. The beads are actually paper beads. So it's paper rolled up, and that's one of the things that the ladies do while they're. So I have another one, so I now have two Project Lydia beads, or bracelets. I do have some chapstick I got a couple years ago. It lasts a long time, let me tell you. So anyway, let me get a drink of water, and we'll continue with the goodness, okay? So I'm 39 years old today, and I still can't drink water. Like, I have trouble. Anyway, so while I was running around doing the stitch marker swap, I kind of went back to some of the other places I'd been. I'm like, okay, these are the yarns I want to buy. Are you ready to see these lovely yarns? Okay, so the first one I bought is to go with the these two. And here we go. Ta-da! So this is from Apple Fiber Studios. They were part of the stitch marker swap. They had this lovely, this adorable little apple stitch marker. They are from Washington. And oh my goodness, just look at these colors in here. It doesn't have a lot of pink, but it has more of the white, which is what I was wanting to go up towards the top of the shawl. And the real reason I bought this yarn is because the colorway is Sweet Pea, which is what my mom still calls me to this day. But so it's on their Macintosh base, which is a sock fingering weight, and I didn't realize this till I got home, but it is 20% super fine alpaca, 60% merino, and 20% nylon. And just look at all those colors, speckles. So yeah, with this and this, yes. I'm thinking I might try to find something a little darker than this one to go in the middle here. Or I may just do the 3-color. I don't know. I am going to go to the Michigan Fiber Festival, which is in 2 weeks. I'll be looking there, see if I can find anything with that. But then I was like, well, I know I definitely want to at least get one for the shawl, and then one for another skein for something else. And so I went to, again, they were part of the Stitch Marker Swap. This is Superfine Yarn Company. She actually 3D printed the stitch marker. Isn't that cool? I really like that. So of course I picked the purple one, because, you know, purple and me. And I had seen that, you know, when I was walking around, I had seen this yarn, and it's like, I need this yarn because, oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, and can you see the sparkle in there? Oh my goodness, yes. So this is her Euclid Sparkle Sock. It is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% silver toned stellina. And oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, I think I need a purple sparkly hat. I think that's gonna be a hat. Maybe a new design. We'll see. Haven't quite decided. This will be sitting in my yarn where I can see it for a while, because oh my goodness, I just love all these colors. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the colorway is Chambord, which she said it's alcoholic drink or liquor or something. You can tell I don't do alcohol because I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know what it is. But yeah, it's gorgeous color. I just So after all of that, 12:30, time for lunch. Yay, I'm starving. And so we go out, we go like, well, whoever's car we get to first, that's who we will ride with. That's who will drive. And so we found Lydia's car first, but but she had car seats in the back because she watches her grandchildren, and so like, oh, and I was like, well, I can see mine right over there. So we ended up piling in my car, and we were laughing because it's like, only at a yarn show can you hop in the car with 3 other strangers, 3 people that you just met, and go off to lunch. And I think we didn't get back till 2:30, so it was a 2-hour lunch of people that I just met this morning. Although Rose, I feel like I've known for a while because I watch you on your channel, I watch your podcast all the time. But Lydia and Julie, I just met. Anyway, it was still fun. And I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that huge potato. Oh my word. Like, it said Texas style baked potato with beef brisket and barbecue sauce and sour cream and cheese and butter, all that. Like, oh. Like, I've had that before, but it's usually this big. No, this thing was this big. It was bigger than my head. And I got a big head. And then it ended up being more chili than barbecue beef brisket. I was not very happy with that. But anyway. So when we went back from lunch, Rose and I just kind of wandered around together. And of course, we admired all the purple. Purple, because we both love purple. And then we ended up going to Treasure Goddess. She participated in the swap, the stitch marker swap, and she makes these really cute paper origami stars. I had gotten one of hers last year. I still use it. But while we were in there, we saw her t-shirts, which are the pirate yarn. And so I'm wearing mine for my podcast, Rose. Are you wearing yours? Anyway, and that was pretty much it for my day at Stitches. And towards the end, Rose was like, "You're looking tired." I'm like, "Thanks." But yes, I was tired. Being an introvert, being around lots of people can be exhausting, you know? Anyway, it's all good. I had a blast. I had so much fun. And I love getting to meet all the people there, talking with, the different dyers, like Christine from Treasure Yarns. I really like your stuff. I forget, what's her name? Sarah from Superfine Yarn. There's her logo. Like talking with her. And then Rose and Lydia and Julie. Yeah. It was too much fun, as I keep saying. Anyway, alright. It is now time for me to go. Need to finish getting ready and go to across the street for coffee. Okay. I hope you have a great 2 weeks. Next time, it'll be all about the Michigan Fiber Festival, I'm sure. Alright, I hope you have a great 2 weeks, as I said. Thank you so much for watching. If you would just hit the like button, subscribe, all that, I'd appreciate it. I'll talk to you later. Bye!